UNC, NC State men's basketball tomorrow. How about it?
I can't wait.
I mean, that is just quintessential Triangle ACC basketball. Mm-hmm. It's rivalry. It's a road game, but you still get to it's not like you're staying in an opposing city. You still get to have your normal pregame meal. There's buses involved. Here's the deal. These two teams seem like they're in a similar situation. Haven't played as well as they would have liked up to this point. Some of the roles that they thought players would be playing may have to change. They seem like they're in a similar situation, but they're not exactly. And I think there's advantages and disadvantages on both sides. We'll start with the home team, NC State. Here's what NC State's goal should be. Here's how they should go into the game. They should want to turn it into a fist fight. Metaphorically, obviously, but if you want a tango, go right ahead. Turn it into a fist fight. NC State has a size advantage at nearly every position. They have a significantly deeper rotation of players that their coach has gone to at different points in the season. They should make it about who can stand at the end of the game. Right? Like at the end of whatever Rocky movie that is, where they're just counting 10 and one of them's going to stand up and that one's going to be the champ. And you got 10 seconds. That's what it should end like. Press, run, swing the basketball constantly, play to the whistle every single time, and then do the little dumb instigating stuff like after the whistle's blown, try to grab the ball out of their hands and give it to the ref. Like do the stuff that will make North Carolina tired. That's what you should do. Then you do have to do the basketball stuff, right? You have to hit shots. We're talking with Casey Morcell in the latest edition of Pack Therapy. The podcast can be found everywhere podcasts can be found. New episode out now, mostly about this game. He talked about using Marcus Hill, the transfer from Bowling Green, because his skill set is to drive, to get to the bucket. Using him to drive and kick, drive and get to the bucket, drive, attract the defense, then find the open guy. Do that a lot. Make them scramble. Right? Make the defense work. Make them rotate. Make them communicate. Then Dontrez Styles is going to have to knock down a couple threes, right? Jaden Taylor is going to have to catch the kick out, attack the closeout. Big guys are going to have to get ugly points. You're going to have to do that, but I think it increases your chances if you make it ugly and take advantage of your size. UNC is in a little bit of a different place. And actually, I would say when it comes to what I talked about earlier, roles changing, not being the team that you thought you were going to be, I think UNC is probably 2 steps ahead of NC State. If you went back 3 weeks, I think they're similar, right? Who knows who's going to be bringing the ball up? Who knows who's going to be playing clutch minutes? Who knows who's going to be guarding who? UNC, over the last 2 or 3 weeks, to their credit, has figured out a better way, maybe not the best way quite yet, but they're getting closer to the best way their roster works. Ian Jackson running the show, he wasn't even a starter 3-4 weeks ago. Now he's not only the starter, he's the highest usage guy over the last 5. He's scoring a bunch of points. RJ Davis can hunt for his shots off of Ian Jackson's usage. Seth Trimble defending, since he's been back for a game now from the injury, 26 minutes off the bench. He's an elite level defender. Focus on that. Supplement on the offensive end when the opportunity arrives. Washington and Withers, do everything you can in post defense. We understand you're giving up some maybe size to most opposing bigs. Cadeau set the table for everyone. That really hasn't changed. And then Drake Powell be the shape shifter, filling in whatever else you need on a game plan basis. Getting to this point for UNC wasn't easy. They tried a bunch of other stuff first. Before they kind of got to those roles, they tried a bunch of other stuff first. But they got there. And that's their advantage on Saturday. Right? They know their roles. At least it seems like they know them better than they did a month ago. Right, so I mean, as if you want an analogy, they found the knife. Now they just have to sharpen the knife. Right, they found their weapon. Now they just have to perfect it, and that's where their slightly different advantage over NC State comes into play. I think NC State has the size, the rotation, right? They're going to have more energy. They're going to have more fouls to give. They're going to have more of that. UNC, though, they know who they are a little bit more. So, and by the way, Ian Jackson is a New York City point guard. New York City point guards know a little bit about trash talk. If I'm UNC, I'm talking trash. Because I'm not sure NC State knows who they go to shut up the other team. I'm not in years past or last year, it became obvious, right? If the other team started yapping, and we saw it, what was it, the Syracuse game in the ACC tournament?
Yes.
Talking a ton. They knew, hey, DJ Burns is going to shut that guy up. They knew DJ Horn is going to hit the three at the end of the shot clock to just break the back of these. There were two guys, I can see their faces, I'm blanking on their name for Syracuse, that were just jabbering the whole time. I'm not sure NC State has the answers to that right now. Right? Because if you get in your own head, you start the trash talk, you start the you fall back into what your role is. Right? You give it to the player who's supposed to beat that. I don't know if NC State knows. So if I'm UNC, I want to get them frazzled. I am talking trash. Hubert Davis, I mean, this guy, he played on some of those Knicks teams. He knows how to go ahead and mix it up. And I'm not saying he should talk trash to the team, but I'm saying he understands the importance of winning those small little mental games.
I don't advocate for it, but it'd be fun.
You mean Hubert Davis getting
yeah,
involved?
Yes. Again, not advocating for it.
I just think it'd be talk about on Monday.
Yeah, it would.
I think they should do everything they possibly can to rattle NC State is what I'm getting at. Because I think NC State has enough thinking going on up in their brains that they don't need to add and I'm angry. So it's very similar. Like I said, the advantages are only a little different. I think NC State has an advantage if it becomes like a metaphorical physical fight of a basketball game. If everyone's fouling, if you're running up and down the court a bunch, if there's one of those the rebound scrums where the ball gets tipped around and people are diving all over the place, I think all of that benefits NC State. If it becomes more of a mental fist fight, and I'm not saying intelligence level, I'm saying keeping your calm, throwing jabs verbally. You get Gary Payton out there. That's always the one that I think of. You get Gary Payton out there. You get Ricky Henderson out there. You get somebody that is trying to play that game. Kevin Garnett out there. If you get someone that is trying to play the game out there, I think it helps UNC.
Well, who is it? Who's that player?
Oh, it's Ian Jackson. He's a New York State point guard.
Well, okay, what about on the NC State side? You talk about having that agitator a little bit to try and get them off their game. Who's that agitator possibly for NC State?
Probably
that controlled aggression.
Probably Middlebrooks.
Okay.
And part of it is because, and you can agree or disagree with this. This is just like a gut feeling. Middlebrooks has a really good "it wasn't me" face. like when you put the hands up, which 100% means you fouled. If you put your hands up, I didn't touch him.
Yeah,
it 100% means you foul. He has a really when he fouls you and then goes what? How? It would frustrate me. I would get very angry at that. And it's I don't know if you can teach it. I don't know. He has a very good "it wasn't me" face. So if he's banging down low, right? If he's down there and they're physical and they're boxing out and the refs are letting them play, and then he pops out at a dead ball, what? That could get him going. And then again, Ian Jackson is going to be throwing ball. I talked about the video I watched the other day. Ian Jackson, Drake Powell were on one side. This was at a high school all-star game. Cooper Flag, Isaiah Evans, who were on their way to Duke, were on the other side. They just let him talk trash. Ian Jackson definitely the most comfortable in that situation. Drake Powell was almost polite, almost going well, they're a great team, but we think that we have the better one. Ian Jackson was over there going they're trash. We retired Coach K, but he was letting them fly. So I want Ian Jackson to be that guy.